Radar, where we recap all of the latest releases from the previous week. Ryan, I'm coming to you from family vacation at the Jersey Shore.
The
Ever
Jersey
been?
Shore. I have been there. I've been to a
Have been
town
there?
called Howell, which is named after my likeness,
Oh,
and it
wow.
was
Your
great.
family hunting grounds, huh?
I had no idea. I'm probably a billionaire. I just don't realize it.
Well, I had a big night last night. I took home the coveted Buckner Family Golden Putter Award
Oh
as I
wow!
just dominated my wife and 3 young children on the mini golf course. So
So
I'm riding my
self-appointed champion.
That's right. Except my brother is coming down tonight, so I'm actually going to have to defend the title, and he's much more worthy of a foe. So it's going to be challenging. I see some comments rolling in. It's nice to see you, Ed. As always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments. We love to see everybody checking in. And let us go ahead and share our stream into the official community here. The high-level release radar, and we're going into our main group, and all right, we should be live. Ryan, we had some great releases this week.
We did.
But we hop into them.
Lots of them too.
Let's get our format ready over here. All right, our first release from the week was actually a new playbook, the Funnel Builder playbook. Really pumped up on this one because while the introduction is from our guy Haplin there, the course itself was actually donated from Gooston Son, who is, if you guys know him from the community, a funnel building master.
Yes.
Not only does what he build look beautiful, but he's also mastered the business side of building a business, creating funnels for folks. And so really pumped that that one is live for everybody in the official university. Go to university.gohighlevel.com, log in via an incognito window if you don't see it. And maybe even better news is this month we should be launching our new high-level community, which will make it way easier to get to these courses and playbooks that we're creating for everybody.
Stoked for that.
Yes, absolutely. Dave, good to see you as always. Happy Friday to you, sir. Let's check out our next release from the week. Looks like we got a video going on here, or did somebody forget?
No, there's a video. There it is.
Oh, look at this. Kollab, faster, smoother browsing in Kollab community and on mobile.
Yeah, lots of front end improvements here, but some back end stuff too, and it all equates to a incredibly modern, very smooth, nice interface. Just what you want to see. Things are organized better too. But go check it out. Go Kollab is growing rapidly and becoming a very mature product, looking beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. I was just chatting with somebody about this. So hopefully everybody knows you can create communities and courses inside of HighLevel. And when you do, you have the option to publish it to Kollab, which is the bigger ecosystem of courses and communities where other people could discover it and pay for it if you're creating paid content. So if you haven't played with Kollab, it has its own mobile app. It's beautiful. It's been getting a lot of awesome upgrades lately. So definitely check that out if you have not already.
Amazing.
Next up, Kollab Studio. We have a redesigned About, Contact Us, and privacy pages. And this is on the back end of the Kollab ecosystem.
Yes, exactly. Now, this is basically just giving all this information all in one place. It really just helps to unify the whole fine print area of the app. But there it is nonetheless.
Lovely. Looks great. We've got a check-in from Ray. Let's go. Hello from Miami-Dade, Florida. Hello to you, Ray. Hopefully everything's going well down in Florida. Community's got another update. Unread post count in communities and Go Kollab. I love this one. I don't know why, but just that unread count. I don't know if it just like triggers like Slack and like a really professional app, but it looks awesome.
Yes. I wouldn't say I'm numb to it, but we get so many notifications in Slack. This looks like my screen right now, 15 unread in certain channels. But nonetheless, it's going to make you want to click into that, engage with the community and those different channels within it. And I think it's a great update to have that small but very, very mighty.
And by the way, the theme that was used in the screenshot is looking really cool, huh? Is that a standard one, or did somebody just
that
customize
is, I believe it's one of the standard ones. And if you weren't aware, there's a really nice customizer for your community. So when you build it, you can define all these different things, and they're organized really nicely too. So it's like buttons are one thing, different UI elements. So if you're into design and want it to look a very specific way, we of course have presets, but then you can also customize it to your heart's content.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you've been thinking about launching a community, now's the time. Go ahead and check out Kollab right inside of HighLevel. Looks awesome. All right, WhatsApp got an update this week. We can now add trigger links as buttons in WhatsApp templates. This is awesome. We've had the ability to add buttons in WhatsApp messages, but now those buttons can actually be trigger links so that we can track and trigger off them in workflows.
Yep, get that kind of stuff, plus tracking. You can see how many times different trigger links have been clicked. So a lot of cool things you can do with trigger links.
Yeah, very handy. Very handy there.
Mm-hmm.
Our next update, I feel like this is the 4th week in a row where the badge builder has gotten even sweeter. So in credentials, we have an enhanced preview page experience when you're previewing your badges. I mean, look how nice that looks.
Exactly. So mostly design work here, making things look super polished. You've got easy sharing and downloading options. There's a LinkedIn button built right in, so you can brag on LinkedIn, which I recently got my account back from them. So excited to get back on that platform.
Congratulations, Ryan.
It took 6 months.
Let's find out. All right, our next update is for the funnel and website builder, which got some really sweet updates this week. This one was a small but mighty one. It was actually funny. I think like the week before we were styling a button or whatever, and I was like, wait, why can't I change the icon color? And like within a week, the team knocked it out. So now you have independent control of icon color within buttons, which is actually quite handy when you're trying to make very specific designs and not use CSS.
Yes. Thank you, Chase, for giving this feature to us.
You are all very, very welcome. Ed, hello to you, sir. Hopefully Texas is not too hot this time of year.
It's pretty hot right now.
Hopefully we'll see you in October. All right, we have another small-ish but mighty update in funnels and websites. We've got the search bar added in global sections. I believe this is just sort of a parity update.
It is.
Yeah, there we
go.
So
of course, you're going to have lots of, if you're like me, you're going to have lots of global sections, and now being able to search for it makes it really easy when you're building your funnels and websites.
So our next update is not what I thought it would be. So hopefully we're going to loop back to a website builder update, because a big update rolled out for website builder this week. But our next one is email builder got an update. Sync changes in snapshot workflow email action. What the heck does that mean, Ryan?
This basically just has to do with making sure that when you're pushing out changes and syncing things, that the workflow email setups get updated. So like the fields and stuff in there get updated.
Okay, that sounds handy.
More control over when you're making changes to your snapshots. So
got it. Snapshots have been getting a lot of really sophisticated updates lately, so that's great.
Yeah.
Email builder got an update this week. We now have sender preferences added to email settings. This is always very handy. We can just essentially preset something, so we don't have to do it over and over again every time we select or create an email, right?
Yes. So before you kind of had to like manually type a lot of stuff in, and now there's essentially defaults and things that don't let you make mistakes when you're typing in, who it's being sent from and so forth.
Love it. We had a little update on emails so charges are added to forwarding each email. So now you can monetize the forwarding of email as well.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
A bit of a bug fix, bit of an enhancement, but yes, now that's going to be included in the charges. Of course, email charges are pretty minuscule. There's not a lot of forwarding happening. I wouldn't call it like a meaningful amount, but nonetheless, they are now included so that we have transparency in the pricing and so forth. So
we'll chalk that one up as a double whammy, Ryan.
Yes, indeed.
We got John checking in from San Diego. Greetings to you, sir. Hope you're having a great Friday in a great city. Next up, Email Builder got another update. We have improved time range validation for campaigns.
Yeah, so this was basically fixing logic if you kind of messed it up. So if you had like the start time was before the end time and that kind of confusion, that it's gonna not let you make that mistake anymore.
All right, glad we cleaned that up.
Yeah.
Here's another one I'm glad that we cleaned up. You can now unbold H1 through H4 headings and text elements.
Yeah, I was struggling with the title for this one, but essentially when you're creating your text element and you want to give it an H1 or H2, H3, H4 designation, there's sort of some preset styling for that. Works the same way like in Google Docs and so forth. So with this, you can kind of modify that styling. If you don't want it to be bolded, you can make those changes independently.
There we go. Love the flexibility.
Yep.
This next one is another Email Builder update. We now have improved conditional logic handling. I saw this, but I didn't really read into it. So what do we got now?
So here, basically, we're doing validation so that if you have an empty logic field, that it's handled correctly. So again, this is more just putting some safeguards on when you're setting up conditional logic so you don't make mistakes and like nothing happens. I think that's a good way to think about it. But definitely check out the conditional logic in the Email Builder. There's a lot of cool things you can do there with delivering to certain people and showing different things depending on the type of contact.
Nice. Our next update comes from the land of WordPress hosting. We now auto-install the lead connector plugin and status indicators, which is pretty sweet, right? It saves you that whole first step that everybody goes and does anyway.
Yeah, so we have like recommended. Of course, ours is going to be recommended because it can do tons of stuff. By the way, if you didn't know, the lead connector plugin for WordPress is getting super powerful. You can basically do almost anything that you can do in a website within HighLevel on a WordPress site. So you can kind of connect that data, use custom values, all kinds of cool stuff. So that's going to get auto installed because it's very useful and it makes sense. And of course, we built it. And then the other part is just showing these status indicators, kind of showing like if things are active, if it's connected, if there's some problem, obviously you'll see something that says like disconnected, resolve this. So a lot of good visibility there. And WordPress is growing by leaps and bounds.
Love it. I also love this next one. Reputation management got a sweet update. We now have more review platforms added to the mix, like DoorDash, Uber Eats. What were some of the other new ones? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Goodreads. We've got the Knot. So if you do wedding planning, you're a venue, you can be listed there. All kinds of great ones here.
Which is really nice, right? Because if your clients are in those industries, you can now pull the reviews in there as well and display those on the website with the website widget along with their Facebook reviews, Google reviews, etc. So sweet update there. Love to see it. Reputation management got another update this week. We now have you can add multiple review links to your review request outreach emails.
Yeah, nice. You can see there's a really nice sort of list on the left-hand side. And then that way, like let's say that somebody doesn't have, a Google account, you can give them different options. So they can pick either one or all of them. Really just gives you the ability to collect as many reviews as you possibly can, which is of course the goal.
100%. I'm going to shout this out today or here as well. I gave it some love on an earlier webinar that we did for the Level Up Summit, but I was, checking out the Instagram account of Monik, who's the founder of Search Atlas, who we have an SEO integration with. And I just saw a clip from him randomly that was so smart, which is basically like, we all know that reviews influence rankings, right?
Yeah.
But what they found was what really can influence rankings is the keywords in the reviews. So he used a great example. If you're trying to push Botox, you want to get people to leave you reviews that specifically talk about your Botox service. So that immediately made me think of stuff like this. When you're sending your outreach, you could suggest things that you really want people to mention in their reviews. And that can really help you rank for people searching for those specific services or products or whatever it is you may offer. So
it's a
free
good
tip
tip
today. Thanks, Monik.
It's a good tip. And also, I mean, you can even just ask the question. You could think about it. People like to answer questions with the question. So you could say like, how was your Botox service? And then they'll be answering with the keyword Botox in there. So maybe structure it that way and give it a shot. See how that works for boosting your local SEO.
Yep. Super smart. But the point is, ask. You got to ask for reviews if you want to get them. And we make it easy with the review request email and SMS templates.
Yes.
All right. Next up, reputation management. Got another update. We have custom SMS templates for review requests, which we've had before. What's the enhancement here, Ryan?
Basically here you can choose from pre-built templates, or you can build them from scratch. So that's kind of the big one. You can edit template names. You can manage the all the content, custom variables. So it's mostly UI, but there's more in terms of taking a template or creating your own. I think would be the big ones, but it looks way better. And
yeah, I feel like they updated the preview as well, because that was something I've been griping about for a while. Yeah. And now it actually looks like what it actually looks like in an SMS.
Exactly. Message. Yes.
So that's cool. Awesome. Great job, team. Next up, we have an update for domains. We got additional domain extensions, or as I think they're known in acronym land, TLDs, Ryan?
Yes, TLDs, top level domain. I don't know, because I always refer to a TLD as like google.com. That's the TLD. But maybe I'm just
all right. Perhaps
I'm running on fumes here. It's Friday, but regardless, you're going to get suggestions there. So if you bought the .com, maybe you also want the .org, and you can just add those to the bundle. I think this is a good balance of not being too salesy and trying to be gimmicky about offers and this and that, but providing some value there that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I love this one. You can monetize your domain selling if you want, obviously. And so now this is an opportunity to make even more money because we suggest the relevant domains on the other. I'm going to say TLDs. I'm quite confident in that one, right? And so, why not buy the bundle? Sean, I see you over here. Me again, Jobber app. There is one live in Jobber. Is that yours? Are you live with it yet? It's in beta. If you haven't gotten into the beta, shoot Ryan an email, ryan.howell@gohighlevel.com, and we will try to get you in ASAP because, yeah, there are people live with it right now that are testing it out. We did make an announcement asking people. There was a form and everything, but we can try to get you in there if you're not already.
Yeah, we went through the form. It's pretty limited in terms of what we're allowed to do with Jobber, but shoot us a message if you use Jobber a ton. That's good for us.
Cool. All right. Next up, App Marketplace. Speaking of add-ons and integrations, we now have usage-based pricing out of private beta. So if you're building for HighLevel, you can now choose to price to allow people to basically do like pay-per-play.
Exactly. So just like anything else, like pay per mile with a car, pay per usage for the app, and that was in a private beta for quite a while. Really working out a lot of kinks and process stuff, and they've now done that, so it's open to use if you're a developer.
Oh, geez, this screenshot. I was just griping about this page and how we need to update it, but this is a client portal enhancement. We have enhanced white label, aka branded app management. I guess the team needs some people to reach out so that we can get some feedback here.
No, this is more about the process. So if you don't know, we have the lead connector mobile app, right? Which is like a gray label. So you can get that to all your sub accounts. But if you want it to be branded for you, we have a white label or a branded mobile app, and that's customized totally to you, like the modules that are included, the colors, everything. The problem with that is that the way that any app store works is that you actually have to develop the thing yourself. And so we do that for you. And so we're kind of merging, we're like becoming developers for you. And that includes a process like things that are mandated by the stores, like you have to have your business registered, you have to have a developer account and stuff like that. And we help you through that process. And we're slowly but surely building out a really robust self-serve system. But until we get to like the full self-serve where you can just follow everything step by step without needing a human, This is there to make sure that you get on a call with a team that's actually doing this. It's not just a random support agent. This is like the developers and the product team helping you through that process. So that's kind of what this is to ensure that you have a way to get a hold of them and to schedule a call to talk.
But so how do people get here? Is it like when I go to get the app, there's a link?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So when in HighLevel, there's a sub menu for getting your branded mobile app. There's a sign up process in there, and this is part of that sign up process.
Cool. All right. And we're going to make the page look better, I promise. Next up, Workflow's got an update. We have reduced GPT action pricing. I believe, Ryan, it's now 1-to-1, correct?
Yes. Maybe a bit of a spin there, but I changed the wording. This is essentially just a straight pass through. So whatever tokens are used, if you don't know, tokens are basically the currency of AI. So every question that you ask is going to use a certain amount of tokens, and it's always different. But whatever that is, instead of the way we used to do it, which is sort of like a standard sort of credit, now it's just a 1-to-1 pass through. So we're not making anything on this. It's just whatever you use, that's what you're getting charged.
Yes. So whatever OpenAI is charging is exactly what you'll pay to use the action inside of HighLevel, which is very sweet. As is this next update, which I love the GIF here because literally the team got it added the day that it was released. So we now have the GPT-5 model running in Workflows as an option for you, correct?
Yes. It was released about 12 hours after ChatGPT 5 was released, and we don't even have it in our ChatGPT app yet. So that is how fresh this is, and the team was very quick. I think this is the world's fastest release for HighLevel.
That is amazing. I've heard really great things about it. I did not watch the release, but I saw a lot of people very excited online. So that's there. Hop in, test it out. Let us know what you think. We also have in Workflows now new categories for premium features and AI models. Essentially, there was like a nice little cleanup here.
Yes.
And I think we standardized basically like all the premium stuff is now just a cent, right? There's no like, brain bending math you need to do anymore. It's all just the same price.
Exactly. Fixed pricing, 1 cent per execution, and then sort of organizing things nicely. So you've got your premium features, and then you've got your external AI models like the ChatGPT action, and then we'll have future LLM integrations, hint, hint. And again, you pay exactly what the provider charges. And just to give you an idea, because sometimes we get this question, like, what does $10 get you? $10 will get you 750,000 output words. So it's pretty cheap.
Absolutely. And I'm going to try to find something really cool before we finish so I can show you. I don't know if you saw it, Ryan. It's like this really cool pricing comparison chart thingy that one of the team members built as like a side project.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that. But yes, that's awesome. So premium actions are just a penny per execution. Really straightforward now. The OpenAI pricing, is it just OpenAI or any external model? I think we just passed through now the exact price.
Exactly. So right now we're only working with OpenAI in this, but we are going to have some future models that might not be OpenAI. They might be other things.
Love it.
And that will be the same thing.
All right. Listings got a really sweet update. Uberall has now been added as one of the engines. So you now have the choice between Yext and Uberall if you to power your listings. So you can go into your agency account and choose which engine you want to run. We got a lot of requests for Uberall. They're similar but different to Yext. Both have their pros and cons. But again, Uberall, we got a lot of requests for it. So it's there now. You've been waiting for that. You can go switch your engine right now.
And for the agencies, just so you're aware, this doesn't get displayed to the sub accounts. So you kind of make the decision on what needs to power the listings. And then that's just the engine under the hood. They don't need to know what's doing what. They just see it as listings.
Love it. All right. Next up, prospecting tool. We have enhanced online reputation section in the marketing audit. It looks really sweet.
It does. Basically, just some cleanup here. They've got some volume aware scoring, so the scoring's much more accurate. Things are presented more nicely, and you get better numbers. That's the headline there.
Oh! I found it, Ryan.
Did you?
Oh no, I almost found it. Okay, let's check out the next slide. Why don't you run us through these, and then I'll have it.
Yeah. So, couple things. There's now a new webhook for the SaaS plan created action. So that way you can fire off external activities or actions with external systems. So if you're familiar with webhooks, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So we've got a brand new webhook for that. The media storage area. This is a bit of a bug cleanup thing, but if you've ever dealt with a lot of different sub accounts, you'll notice that when you import different things, there were like multiple these relocated items folders getting created. So now it's just one per location. So you're not going to have a billion of them in there. Thank you to the team for resolving that particular issue. It was making my brain hurt. And then the contacts merge for Instagram and for Facebook and Instagram contacts. That is more of just making sure that one person that has a Facebook and an Instagram don't become two different contacts for you. So some nice little backend updates that were a little bit hard to display visually, but there they are nonetheless.
Nice. Okay, so check this out. One of our team members named Ashwin built this as a side project. Now, this is for folks who use a lot of the premium workflow actions. If you know, there's like a certain threshold. If you use more than a certain amount, it makes sense to buy them in bundles because they get even cheaper. And so this is just showing you, for example, like at 5,000, you can see what our bundles cost versus what you're going to pay in Zapier Make or N8N. And as you go up, you can just see how crazy the savings get with the HighLevel bundles. So really cool work here. I'm like, we got to figure out a way to like link to this or something because it really helped me understand just how much you can save if you do add on those premium workflow bundles, and just how awesome our pricing is when you get to those higher volumes of executions.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely not for like beginners just doing onesie twosies, but you can save a lot of money with the bundle.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so it is time to talk about what entered labs this week. Again, hopefully you guys are in the habit of going to labs. I will go every morning. It can be fun. It's like Christmas every day. And see what popped up in labs. This week we have local presence dialing. Oh my gosh, this one was so huge, Ryan. So
it was.
Break this down for us. Like here's, as we know, if you get a phone call from a number you don't know, you're probably not going to answer it, but you might be more likely to answer it if it's a local call, right? So How do we explain this wizardry here?
So it's basically looking at the number that you're calling and then finding a local number which you would have had purchased in your account. That one caveat, you've got to have the numbers in your account, and then it will choose that number to dial from. So even if I'm in, let's say I'm in Colorado and it's a 719 area code and that's one of my local ones, but I also work in California or I have clients in California. So I have like a 949, which would be Orange County. When you go and call somebody that's near that location, it will choose to call from your 949 number instead of your 719 number.
Yeah, really cool feature. And I'm also told that it's smart enough to know, like, in the Philadelphia area, there's 215, and then they ran out of them, right? And then the next local is 267. So if I have a 267 number, it's going to use that, knowing that that's also a Philadelphia number. So it's pretty sophisticated, and it's a sweet little, I would say, advantage you can give to your sales teams that are doing the outreach to just give them an even better chance of having folks answer their calls, which is pretty 100%. Sweet. All right, here's the one I was waiting for, and now I understand why it wasn't earlier in the deck, because it's in labs. So also hitting labs this week are custom fonts for the funnel and website builder. This one, a lot of requests for this one, Ryan. This has been coming for a long time, and this is the week.
It is really cool. So I'm just kind of showing here where you choose your font from your computer. So whether you bought it or it's something you downloaded from Google or whatever, You just upload it through this interface, and then bam, it launches right into the funnel builder, and we essentially host that font and then reference it when the page is loading. And this applies to the text elements. It applies to the sort of global like headline and content fonts as well. And you're going to see, I forget if this goes to the emails too. Well, email it wouldn't, because that's a totally different system. But regardless, go check this out in Labs. Like Jay said, checking Labs as much as you can is a good idea, because you're going to see all the new features. They're not quite at 100%, maybe 99, but that way you can kind of control what you're looking at, what you're using, and this is certainly a pretty awesome one for the designers out there.
Absolutely. I'm sure it'll make its way to the email builder soon, but I can remember vividly the pain back when I was a young hustler, I would say, trying to figure out how to add a custom font because my client really wanted it to match or whatever. Yeah. Trying to figure it out with CSS and all that kind of stuff, and just driving myself crazy. Now we make it super, super simple. You can just upload the thing and we'll take care of all the back end work. Really big one for the website builders in the community. Pumped up for that one. All right, it is time to talk about some tricky upcoming releases. Oh, Ryan, what do we got? A little body variable, I believe they call that.
Yeah, that's what I would call it. I'm not up on motorcycle tricks. I just think that they're sweet. So
very sweet, very sweet. Love it. All right, let's see. What do we have coming soon? We've got WordPress update, AI-driven content generation. Oh, so we're basically bringing content AI into WordPress for you?
Yeah, exactly. So, but this is actually going to go like a bit of a step further and allow you to build a site with a description, with images and things like that. So this is definitely an early stage of it. If anybody's been aware, we've got a very robust sort of step-by-step builder for funnel AI. And I think this is going to go in a similar direction, where it's not just relying on you having a great prompt, but it's going to go through all the different things that you would need, your business use case, what you're trying to do with the page, so that the AI can really understand what you need, which is usually the biggest drawback, right? A lot of times people complain that AI doesn't understand things, but it's because you've got 20 years of experience doing what you're doing, and you're getting too small. So we'll expand that as time goes on, so that we can really guide people through creating something and leveraging AI to the best of its ability. And this is the first step here for WordPress.
This is sweet. And by the way, I just saw a demo of the new version of Funnel AI, and it blows doors off the current one. It's way less like all these hoops you got to go through, and more just like tell it what you want. And it does a really way better job of building what you actually wanted. So I don't know when that's going to drop, but it looks like it's coming along very quickly. So that's another one I'm really excited about. All right, let's see what else Ryan has in store for us today as far as what's coming soon. Oh, this one's up my alley. I love me some gift cards. This is going to be awesome. It's looking really great. Gift cards in HighLevel. If you've ever used, I love an app called GiftUp, and the team has definitely checked out what they've been up to make sure that we get it right ourselves. But man, it is really nice for businesses to be able to sell gift cards without having to get into some really complicated or expensive stuff with like their Toast system or whatever the heck they're locked in. And I know this
one's really cool too, because if you can see, they've also integrated it with Apple Wallet and whatever Google's version of that is. So you don't, it's not like you got to keep track of it. It can be right there in your wallet app. And then the mobile team is also hard at work at getting this functionality to work with the mobile payment system. Mm-hmm. So kind of like Starbucks, you just bring up your app and there's a barcode to scan and you're just done. You can pay for it that way. So very modern, non-skateboardy feature. It's taken a little bit longer than we originally wanted it to, but I think the wait is worth it.
Absolutely. I love gift cards. We talk a lot about, capture, nurture, close, evangelize, reactivate. Gift cards can be an amazing reactivation campaign literally every year. Help my friend Joe's restaurant. We send out a blast leading up to Christmas, and like overnight, there's just thousands of dollars that come in through the account. And statistically, Ryan, as you probably know, about 20-something% of gift cards never even end up getting redeemed. So it's
and that is why on paper and on their balance sheet, Starbucks is one of the largest banks in America.
Exactly.
Look it up.
So super pumped up that we're going to have gift cards native in HighLevel in the near future. Justin's checking in from Thailand. Oh, I love the emojis there. Thanks for hanging out. Ryan, we do have one more thing. We talked about it today.
We're doing something soon. It's in a couple months. What are we doing?
We are having our flagship event of the year, the Level Up Summit. We did a reveal webinar earlier where we revealed about half of the speakers this year. Some heavy hitters, Ryan. I don't know if you saw that, but did you see who one of our keynote speakers is? Mr. Neil Patel himself.
I did see that. You and Wesley crushed it on that webinar this morning. And yeah, Neil Patel is a big one. For those of you who don't know, he's like the king of SEO, especially in the early days. He's really been in this game for quite a long time. And he's a great speaker. He's a great communicator, nice and clear. He makes pretty complex stuff like SEO very easy to understand. So plus you get us too. And we're not quite as eloquent, but we will be there.
That's right. You can come. You can quiz Ryan on any acronyms that you have for him. It'll be fun. You know, it'll be like a circus sideshow act going on in one of the closets.
I'll be making things up.
Justin's checking in from Santa Cruz. Happy Friday to you. We hope you are having a great day, and we hope everybody has an awesome weekend. Get your tickets to the summit before they're gone. I think we're already 3/4 sold out. Sells out every year. Don't miss out. And go check out the reveal webinar if you didn't see it. It's in our YouTube channel. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys. Take care.